Hello, yes, I'm Andrew Tysoe, Voluntary Services Manager for the ULHT, covering all of the three main hospitals across the Trust. Well, we've got just under 300 volunteers on board at the moment, and their duties are varied. Anything from working on the wards, general ward support, where they can support the team, befriend, etc. on the ward. We've got meet and greet roles, where people can work in the outpatient areas to help people with the booking in screens and find the clinic of their choice. And of course we've got what we call corridor guides, who can help people find their way around the greater hospital grounds. And we've got various admin roles that are based right across the units, anything from clinical research to admin, even within our own department. Well, it's all the little things they can do that can add up to some really significant improvements in the customer experience, if you like, our patients, their visitors, their families, just having that luxury of time, that most precious commodity that hospitals really struggle with its staff shortages, and literally working, very lean with what it does. Volunteers, because of the nature of what they are, have got that luxury of time and can find that time to help our patients. And of course that just makes their stay just that little bit more comfortable. Having that time, having that empathy as a volunteer, because generally if a volunteer comes on board, they want to be with people and they want to help people, so it makes a significant difference straight away. There's usually, if you're going to go on a ward, we tend to go with 18 plus, but there are sort of some younger options for some of the sort of less intense roles, some of the meet and greet and admin roles, but there's no upper limit. I mean, some of our volunteers are 80 plus and have been with us for up to 30 years as volunteers. So there is no upper limit. But obviously to become a volunteer and to work in an acute environment, if you're going to be working with vulnerable people, which patients are, you're going to need to go through a series of sort of hoops to get cleared to be a volunteer. Obviously there's what we call a DBS check, which is a background police check of your background. We take up some references, we do some core training, we get you involved in the staff induction, which gives you a good flavour of where the trust is coming from.
Hi, my name's Paul Cartwright. I work in the chapel and I work in voluntary services, which is here, and I also help out at the discharge lounge. I've been volunteering for just over 7 years now. I do it because I feel I'm helping people, I'm helping the patients, and I'm there for the patients. When I come in, I make everybody a cup of tea, try and make everybody happy, start the day happy, and then go out on the wards and obviously chat to the patients. Some of them are so pleased that they can talk to somebody for half an hour. When they thank you, it just makes your day. It puts a smile on the face, and that just changes everything for the patient, I feel, and make me laugh as well.
The whole ethos of volunteering is it's good for the volunteer, because in lots of cases it makes people less isolated in their own lives. It makes a great difference obviously to the hospital where we are and to the units they're doing, and it can really sort of enhance what they do. Well, we've got a strategy in place for 2021, and it's a bold strategy. But we would like to consider having 1,000 volunteers, so to go from 300 where we are now to 1,000 volunteers. And our mantra that we say is that we'd like a volunteer on every ward, every day. And really all a volunteer needs to give us is half a day a week. And that can make a significant difference to the work that we do.
I think you have to be a caring person, a person who is not there for themselves, but there for the person they're going to see. I know when I see a patient, I concentrate on that patient and I'm there just for that patient solely and talk to that patient and listen.
There can be lots of different reasons why a volunteer joins us. Often it's to give something back if they themselves have been through treatment, their family members have been through treatment. Seeing people's lives changed from perhaps being isolated at home themselves to seeing how their confidence grows. And of course it's a win-win for everybody. And of course, and most importantly, patients and their families can benefit from somebody that's got the time and the empathy and of course the personality to make a difference to them. Well, they can obviously use the website, the ULH website. If you search your way through there about getting involved, it will come to a volunteer section which goes right from an application form telling you the sort of processes that you need to go through to become a volunteer. You can phone us 01522 597 838 and we can give you some full details. So we can either send you out hard copies of application forms, you can do it online, you can pop in to see us at either of our sites because we've got contact points throughout the 3 hospitals. At Lincoln we're based at the new Swamppool Centre, which is opposite the intensive care unit near main reception. Feel free to come in and talk to us and ask more about volunteering, and we can try and get you on board as soon as possible. You've certainly got to care about your fellow human beings. You've got to have an understanding, a patience and an empathy, and you know, if you can, a very good sense of humour, because I think to lighten up somebody's stay with us in hospital in an appropriate way can make a massive difference. So if you've got those personalities, and of course if you've got time and you're prepared to go through our selection process, then certainly we would be looking for you to come on board with us.